we are still in the Battle of Badr. So
okay.
I want to ask you, since I've shared like a few of my favorite lessons in Badr,
Okay.
so I want to ask you, what is your favorite lesson in Badr?
I don't have a particular favorite lah, but
Really?
I like. I don't know. I not say favorite, but there are some lessons that I think are quite useful and relevant, and
Like what?
it would be good if more people can take heed from
Okay.
these sort of things. I like what happened to Abu Jahal.
You
Okay,
like?
sorry, I don't like what happened to him,
Astaghfirullahalazim.
but
Okay.
but I like the lessons that we can learn
okay.
from Abu Jahal's life,
Mm-mm.
as well as like towards the end what happened.
Okay.
Do you know how he died?
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
You know told me how he died, right?
Yeah. So
What happened?
basically, Abdullah bin Mas'ud,
Okay.
he's a very skinny and he has skinny legs, short,
Okay.
he's a sahabi lah. So during Abu Jahal's time, during Abu Jahal's life, Abu Jahal likes to mock
Pick
him.
on him, right?
Mock
Okay.
him, you shepherd, you skinny leg, apa
Yeah.
semua. But that skinny leg is the one that climbed on Abu Jahal. Okay, because Abu Jahal is a very big and tall man, and it was said that dia punya neck ada lipat-lipat ganda.
Okay.
Ketak-ketak.
He had a very thick neck. Okay.
Yeah. So that very leg that he mocked, that Abu Jahal mocked, was the one who climbed on Abu Jahal and cut his neck.
Actually, some context. So this guy who killed him, Abdullah ibn Mas'ud, right? Very skinny guy. He was not particularly belonging to any tribe. So in a way, he didn't have any protection. The Quraysh people would just hire him to look after their camels and all that. He was very skinny guy. Okay, and that's why Abu Jahal could mock him. He could mock the guy without anyone finding fault with him, because this guy didn't belong to any tribe. He didn't have any protection. So Abu Jahal was actually seen as one of the leaders of the Quraysh. He was one of the leaders of the Quraysh lah, and he was extremely opposed to Rasulullah SAW. Okay, but the backstory is that before the message of Islam came, okay, so I want to just give a bit of a backstory from the time before Islam until the time he was killed in Badr. Oh, by the way, until we go to Umrah, we'll see his grave.
Oh yes.
Yeah, so I said, why are you so happy?
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, he's probably suffering inside there.
Yeah.
But okay lah, that's a separate point. But anyway, this guy Abu Jahal, one of the worst human beings who ever lived. One of the worst human beings, right? Some say even worse than Fir'aun.
Yeah.
Even worse than Fir'aun, due to his opposition to Rasulullah SAW. So he, during his life, as a leader of the Quraysh, he was seen as a wise man. He was seen as a very respected man. Somebody who had a lot of chivalry, somebody who was able to judge between disputes of people very well.
He was even given the name Abul Hakam.
Yeah. So before Islam, they even called him Abul Hakam. I mean, his name is something else lah, but
Abul Hakam means like the wise.
the father of wisdom.
The father of wisdom.
Right, Abul Hakam. So he was seen like this amazing figure, in amongst the Quraysh, the time before Islam came. But when Islam came, when the revelation was given to Rasulullah SAW, he was extremely opposed to it, and people could see him for what he was.
All the true colours come out.
Yeah, all the true colours came out. So that's why the Muslims changed his name. Instead of father of wisdom, Abul Hakam, they changed it to Abu Jahal, father of ignorance. It's not that his mother named him Abu Jahal. The Muslims call him Abu Jahal, father of ignorance. Yeah, so it was like a 180-degree shift in perception, because he was starting to act so childishly. He was starting to mock the Prophet, and people are wondering, this guy used to be a wise guy, not a wise guy, wise man. Different, wise guy and wise man.
Apa beza?
Okay, I'll give you a separate English lesson on that. But a wise man and a wise guy are two different things.
Lah.
Okay, don't be a wise guy, that kind of thing. Okay, but anyway,
Okay.
he was seen as wise man, right? And the actions that he undertook, even when Rasulullah SAW was praying at the Kaabah, he was unhappy and he abused him.
Yeah.
At the point in time,
He even slapped Rasulullah SAW's daughter, Fatimah Az-Zahra.
oh, is it?
Yes.
Okay, I don't know.
Okay, so anyway, separate point. Basically, he became very, very abusive.
Yeah, so for somebody who was seen as a wise man, started to behave that way, it was really quite a sight for those who saw. So, and I think what is remarkable about this is the way the Quran, the way Allah tries to ask us questions in the Quran. Okay, so in the Quran there's no specific ayat that talks about Abu Jahal by name.
Yeah.
But in Surah Al-Alaq, right, there's some ayats about him lah. And because there were some people who were wondering how is it that Abu Jahal behaves in this way, right? So the Quran invites us to think about it.
Okay.
This is what I find quite amazing. So when after that happened, Rasulullah SAW was praying at the Kaabah.
Okay.
And Abu Jahal started to abuse him, right? And Allah asked in the Quran, right? Ara'aita alladhi yanha? Have you seen the one who prevents? Abdan idha salla. That means the slave Abdan idha salla, when he is praying. So this is a direct reference to, have you seen this person? You all call him Abul Hakam, and he is the one who's preventing a slave from praying. Right? The Kaabah is a place of worship. Even before Islam also, right? People used to bring their idols there and worship over there. So why are you preventing a slave from praying?
Yeah.
And then the ayat Quran continues. Ara'aita in kana 'ala al-huda. So it invites you to think. Ara'aita, do you see that he is on guidance? In kana 'ala al-huda. Aw amara bit-taqwa. So do you like command to taqwa? Right, so do you think he's calling people to guidance or calling people to do good? So it is inviting the people who are listening to this verse, to this ayat Quran, to think, he's not what we used to see him as. Right? So, and that is one of the approaches that I believe the Quran takes. It invites people to think about it.
I like that the Quran uses questions and not macam, oh, Abu Jahal did this. Macam, oh, do you see?
I mean,
let people think.
At certain moments, it does use statements instead of questions. But I think, of course, Allah SWT knows best. He knows when is it best to ask and when
you
to...
tak nak jadi ustaz
Tak lah.
Sukalah dengar you berbual.
No, so macam to me it's remarkable lah, right? The fact that Allah is inviting us to think about it. So when we develop a relationship with the Quran, we look at the ayat Quran. We find out when we go to Makkah, when we do our Umrah, you find out that this is actually what happened. We are facing the Kaabah. Imagine Rasulullah SAW is praying here. He's praying to the Kaabah, and this big man, who had a terrible death at Badr, throwing things on him, preventing him from praying. You see, and then imagine. Later the ayat Quran comes down. Because I don't know, it could be because Rasulullah had made a dua. Right? It was said he made a dua for one of these two men to become Muslim, either Umar or Abu Jahal.
One of the Abu Hakam,
kan? Because Abu Jahal's name was Ammar ibn Hisham. This is his name, Ammar. And the other one was Umar. So he made a dua for one of these two, at least one of these two, to help the cause of Islam. Of course, now we know that it became Umar al-Khattab.
Because both are wise and intelligent at that time, kan?
Correct. So of course, having one of these two would greatly strengthen Islam if they embrace Islam. Because they were that pivotal and instrumental in how they in their leadership.
Yalah, so they have good character. So that kind of trait, kalau dorang jadi Islam, bagus lah.
So that's what happened to Umar al-Khattab, right? So he had a very strong sense of justice. He was very firm in what he believed in. Of course, if he doesn't believe in Islam, he's also firm about that. But fortunately, alhamdulillah, he became Muslim, and his strength all was manifested as a Muslim and contributed greatly. It was a great victory for Islam when Umar al-Khattab became Muslim. So on the other hand, Abu Jahal, in Mecca, you can imagine this, right? So it's inviting even the Prophet to think about it, right? Is he on guidance? Do you think good people do this? Right? Is it someone who's preventing you from praying? Like, seriously? So I think it's quite amazing to reflect on all these verses. And then one thing that I really want to get into is this Asbabun Nuzul. The context behind Revelation, as we find out every part of the Quran. When was it sent down? Why was it sent down? What immediate problem did it address there and then? And then what later lessons could be learned by the ummah that would come after thousands of years after Rasulullah SAW, like even us, 1,400, 1,500 years after Rasulullah SAW.
So what is the key lesson here?
What is the key lesson here?
Yeah.
No, the key lesson here is, to me, first of all, how the Quran invites us to think about situations. The fact that the Quran asks questions. And also the fact that this man who you see as someone amazing is actually one of the worst human beings who has ever lived. Right? So sometimes you got to pause and think. You got to use your intellect. And the Quran invites us to do that. Use your brain and think. Right? Answer these questions.
Jangan jadi just blind followers kan.
Yeah, don't be a blind follower, right? So he might seem good, but you don't know what's in his heart. And slowly you can see the true colours of this person.
But I think what I learned from Abu Jahal kan, because okay, every character in like Rasulullah SAW's time ada lessons tau for us to either avoid it or to emulate it, right? So one thing that I really like learn from Abu Jahal is dia punya arrogance is really semacam because like, you know, I was saying that Abdullah ibn Mas'ud was climbing on him, right? Then Abdullah ibn Mas'ud was trying to cut his neck. Okay? And then you know what he said? He said to Abdullah, if you want to
kill me,
you better do a good job. Use my sword. Your sword is not sharp enough.
Really?
Better use my sword. Even when he was dying. No, and he even said to Abdullah, tell Muhammad that I am his enemy in this world and the next. So macam means he believes in the afterlife.
Yeah.
He's a believer in the afterlife. But he just doesn't want to submit. Kan?
So it's quite ironic. But these are the things that people do. They believe in the afterlife.
Yeah, but it's just
in their heart of hearts, they know that Rasulullah SAW is a prophet.
And he knows that Rasulullah SAW doesn't lie.
Yeah, that's true also. No, and he also knows, because he was these people, they were quite experts. They were experts in the Arabic language. So they really would know if the Quran is man-made or God sent. And they knew it was God sent. They knew that this is not something that humans could have crafted. For sure. And still none of this is able to overcome the level of arrogance that lies in them.
That's right. And macam some people say he is worse than the Fir'aun during Nabi Musa. Because the Fir'aun during Nabi Musa's time, when he was drowning, he said, okay, I believe, at least lah kan. Even though it's like a bit too late.
Too late lah.
Abu Jahal, even when tengah nak cut tau the throat, tell Muhammad I'm his enemy in this world and the next. Like dia punya anger to Muhammad SAW, mashallah. And the arrogance. So I think macam sometimes when maybe father or daughter fights, or like father and son fights kan, sometimes like maybe the son speaks the truth.
Okay.
And then the father know that it's true.
Okay.
But then he just cannot accept that it's coming from the son.
Yeah lah. I mean, it's the ego that stands in the way.
So macam is the ego that stands in the way. So macam I think of course we are not comparing like our fathers to like Abu Jahal ke apa, Nauzubillah. Tapi macam we as a parent maybe we can reflect like macam if we have similar traits as Abu Jahal, Nauzubillah, and these are the traits that we should avoid lah. Because we don't want to be these people. We want to be Ahlul Jannah kan. So we follow the traits of Ahlul Jannah.
So these people are like examples of what not to become.
Yeah.
Right? So you got to examine yourself, see what traits you might have, you might possess that could in any way be similar to the traits that these people have lah, right? And try our best to overcome these things and be better lah as a whole. Inshallah. Yeah. So you are going to bring people to Abu Jahal's grave, eh?
Abu Jahal's grave, yes.
During better I go and check with the organizer whether ada ke tak. Yeah, so
inshallah we will visit Badr, the Battle of Badr. And
no, but I know we're going to visit.
No, it was said that the Abu Jahal punya grave is there.
I know.
They just left it there.
Oh, is it?
The body.
Okay.
It was said that way.
Inshallah. We will share more of this during our Umrah trip. So hope to see you all there. Okay. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Okay dah.